You're going through such a powerful initiation right now. And you've been going through several powerful initiations in your life where everything's changing and it's changing very quickly. And you're like, I don't know how to get my footing in this. And you've got other people in your life who might be like screaming at you that, like, this is the path you're meant to go. This is the direction you're meant to go in. And sometimes you're over here questioning, like, is that what the universe wants me to do? Is that why that's popping up so much in my external reality? Because that's what I'm meant to do. But there's a deeper part of you that knows listening to what other people are telling you to do about your life is not actually aligned for you. And you've learned this. You've learned this many times where people are like, you should do this. You got to do it this way. You got to do it this way. And you fucking listen to everybody at one point in your life. And every time you sat back and were like, I should have listened to myself that said, don't go that way. You know you don't want that thing over there. You know that's not your equation. You know that's not your path. You know that you are here for a different, unconventional path. And that is really hard for some people to accept because you're not showing up in the way of other people and you're okay with, in a sense, not like belonging in that way. And you're okay with standing on your own and being like, yeah, I'm here for something different. And then I can't actually do what everyone else is doing because I found how that didn't work for me. And so certain methods, certain equations of life work for other people. And you've discovered through your own journey that they just don't work for you. And the harder you keep trying to push and push and push, you're pushing and life is just pushing back to bring more awareness to you that that's not your path. That's not your method. That's not your equation. And some people, they just aren't going to get it. They're just not going to get it, but you know how you work. Way more than all these other people in your life do. You know what works for you. You know how you're meant to flow in your life. You know what ease feels like. And you got a lot of other people like chirping in your ear trying to tell you like you got to take this path. You got to go this way. This is what everyone else is doing and you think you're not allowed to participate in that, and it's like you're damn right I don't have to participate in that. I don't have to participate in anything I don't want to participate in. I'm allowed to forge my own path. I'm allowed to go my own way. And that is so hard to do when you feel the pushback from so many people around you. Because you have associated that pushback as you doing something wrong, when it's not you doing something wrong. It's that other people see how you're choosing to do it different, and they're trying to bring you to the same place where they're at, but you don't want to be where they're at. And you know that. And so right now, if you're being faced with a decision and you have all sorts of other opinions coming in trying to tell you to go this way, you have to do it like this. No. Please don't listen. Please don't listen to that. Because you're going to put yourself in the same cycle, in the same loop of doing what everyone else told you should do, only for you to end up miserable, and then back at square one again. Because you realize that doesn't work for me. You're allowed to choose what works for you and to let go of the things and the certain ways of being that don't work for you. You're allowed to do that. Even if other people don't fucking like it. Even if other people have an opinion about it. And I know it's hard. It's not easy. I'm only speaking from my own place here of how I've been going through the very same initiation. Because I'm part of this collective too. Of so many of us that we don't fit into the societal mold of how society is structured, and we don't fit in that mold, and we realize we can't shrink ourselves into it, at least not without the cost of our spirit. And you know that something that is going to cost my spirit has too great of a cost that I'm not willing to pay. You are not meant to walk a path that requires your spirit to die in the process. That's not what you're here for. And I don't know who needed to hear this today. Maybe it was just me who needed to hear it. But I just want to remind you, if you're being faced with a decision and you have other people trying to force their opinions on you of what they think you should do, I need you, and the universe needs you, to step back and tune out the noise for a bit and realize that just because the call is coming from out here doesn't mean it's the call you're meant to pick up and take. Just because everyone is saying, you got to go this direction, you got to do it this way, you've never been that type of person to follow the crowd. And that's been your strength, is that you're okay with not following the crowd and standing on your own. Even if it's meant there being other challenges that other people have no idea of, because they haven't walked the path you've walked. And they don't understand sometimes. Like, I get this energy that you have felt so misunderstood in your life. That you're the type of person that you're like, I just can't go back to the old ways of life that I realized a long time ago didn't work for me. And just because right now things seem kind of rocky, you have other people in your life who are trying to tell you that, like, you need to go back to that old way. But the old way didn't work either. The old way didn't work either for you. You're not here to live the this or reality of money or freedom or joy or stability and security. Like, you're not here to live in this either or compromisory reality. And when you don't choose that, you're going to have other people triggered as fuck because you're not choosing that. Because that's all they've chosen. And they're like, well, who do you think you are for choosing to not pick that? We're all have to do it. Why don't you have to? And it's like, because I remember I'm sovereign. And I don't have to pick something I don't want to fucking pick. I don't have to do that. You understand that you're here to live in a collaborative reality, and that already exists. It requires you to choose it. The collaborative reality that says I can have freedom and I can have prosperity. And that's not you somehow being delusional or living a life of disillusionment. It's that you see a vision for what is possible where other people can't see that. They can't understand it. They can't fathom it. They can't fathom what it is you see and feel in your fucking entire being that is possible. And so, of course, there's been other people who have attacked you. There's been other people who have criticized you, judged you, and you've just spent so much of your life feeling so misunderstood. And I just need you to remember in this time when you're feeling really triggered by being so misunderstood, I need to be the person here that, like, you literally summoned me here to remind you of this, that let people misunderstand you. They don't see what you see. They don't have the type of faith you have. And that's okay. But your vision wasn't a conference call, which is why not everybody understands. The birds agree. So it's time in this initiatory energy that you trust what you know is right for you, even if it means it pisses off other people in the process. Even if it means other people get triggered by the level of freedom and audacity you're choosing to live by. Because you're here to be audacious and to live your life radically authentic. And you've been doing that for a long time, and it's pissed a lot of people off. And, like, you've had to just, like, grow to be okay with people being upset and being triggered by you, because you're the type of person that, like, you're the pattern interruption. Like, that's the archetype of you, is the pattern interruption. And that's felt so painful to be, because you've experienced so many people be so triggered by you for just having the audacity to live your life in a different way. But your audacity is a gift. Your bounce back game is so fucking strong. So don't let other people's opinions get you down and get you, thinking that what you see for yourself as not being possible. Because you know it's possible for you. And it's time in this initiation for you to fully trust that over trusting what everyone else is saying. And that's the most potent shift of your life, is anchoring into that. It's like, I can trust what I know is right for me, even if I have so many other people out here screaming at me that this is the way you're meant to go. You know the way you're meant to go. And you know it's not the same as other people. And it's time that you embrace that.